guys, I'm Doctor McFarland and welcome back to the channel. In a previous FM3 Mark II Turbo video, that was a mouthful, I basically made a preset and now I'm going to show you how to make different scenes within that preset and actually utilize some of the channels that we've made with the drive block and the tremolo. We can probably do something similar with the delay and anything else you decide to add in here. All right, so right now we are actually on scene 1. And if I store this by pressing store and then using my navigation button, we can actually use the encoders down here to name our scene. So this may be a little tedious here, but you can make it happen. So the navigation left and right changes between your different characters. So we're just going to name this something really simple and we're going to call it clean. Now, if you're using the FM edit, this is way faster just by typing in on a computer keyboard. But I really want you to know how to do certain things on the unit itself. So just by pushing on the E, you can hit delete like so. Now we press enter again, and that is going to save that scene. And I actually named the preset instead of the scene. So let's do this. So let's go over and we're going to call this basic. And, you know, it was a rookie mistake, but let's just make this right. All right, so our preset is called basic, and I'm currently on scene 1. So I can press store, go down to scene 1, and start naming it. It can be a little tedious trying to name things on the user interface itself, but that's pretty much true for any unit out there, except for something with a touchscreen, like a headrush or quad cortex. But the Helix, Kemper, you always have to use the dials and rotary encoders and stuff like that to name things. So not a big deal. It just takes a little extra time. So this is our scene 1 and it's clean. But it's not very clean right now, is it? Because our drive is on. So I'm going to take this and bypass it. Hit store, enter, enter. And it's going to store that. All right, now I can scroll down to scene 2. Go into my layout. And now let's say I want my delay to be on. Yeah, I can go back home. I can store this. I can actually copy scene 1, paste it to scene 2, which is very convenient. And just scroll over till I have a space there. And I'm going to put in DLY for delay. Like so. And hit enter, enter. And now we're stored. So if I go to scene 1, and then scene 2, and then notice that things just turn back on. So I probably ended up switching an amp channel. Let's see here. Let's see what the amp is here. Yeah, I'm still on deluxe reverb, so that's good. Sometimes when you change between different scenes, other things could change as well. It's not exactly what we want all the time. Let's go ahead and store this real fast. All right, now we're going to go down to scene 3 and go into our layout. And let's go over to our drive block and turn that on. And maybe this one's going to have channel A on there. And we can go in and edit and maybe turn the drive down even more than it was before. Bring our tone down. bypass it to make sure that's the sound we want. Okay, pretty good. And if we go home, we can still see we're on scene 3. I can hit store. Go back to clean. Clean with delay. And drive. I can go to my master layout, and here's my scenes. And then I can get my clean delay. Then my drive. Okay, let's say, for example, I might want to go in and call this drive rhythm. And then we can have a drive lead. Something like that. Okay, let's go down to scene 4 and let's edit this thing. I'm actually going to go in and make sure that drive is off. And the amp has changed once again to channel C. So let's make sure it's on A, which it is. And we're going to turn on the tremolo. Go in and edit that, adjust our level. Maybe bring the depth down. Okay, I feel pretty confident about that. Let's go back home. We're going to hit store, and we'll call this CL Trim. I'm trying to keep the name short if you can. You don't need a whole novel written about your scene names, but just enough info so you know what they are. And enter, and now we have that saved. So to get to scene 4, so you notice we got 1, 2, 3. We're going to hold the right switch, and that gets us to our next 3 scenes. Then we can hold it again, and it gets us to our scene 7 and 8 and our tuner. So that's very convenient. And to go back, we can actually hold the left switch to go down one view. So here's my tremolo. And that sounds really nice. So let's go to scene 5 and go to layout. Our drive is on now, but also our amp is on channel D. I don't know why it's just changing channels randomly, but maybe we want a different drive for this one. So here's channel B for the drive. So we can go back home and we can go store, make sure we're on scene 5. We'll call this lead. So there's my lead one. And really for now, let's go with one more here. We're not going to worry about scenes 7 and 8, but I do want to have some kind of ambient sound in this setup. So we're going to go to layout and let's make sure our reverb is on. And our amp has changed. All right, so let's go to a different channel on our reverb and press edit. So right now we're on channel B, And I'm just going to make this something totally crazy. That sounds nice. So what's going to happen here is this. When I change channels from one scene to the next, that long decay that you're hearing right now, all that stuff that's going on, that's actually going to be cut off because the channel is going to change. And that's really the beauty of having the FM9 or the XFX3, is you're going to have two reverb blocks and have one that's your always on reverb, just for a good overall like hall or spring or something. And then the other reverb you can use for more your ethereal ambient type stuff. So if you're recording in the studio, that's not a big deal. But if you're playing live, for me, that's a deal breaker. So okay. So here we are. So check this out. All right, so that's how you make some different scenes and name them using the user interface. Like I said before, you can definitely use the FM3 edit and do all this much, much faster. But if you just want to learn how to get around your unit and be more confident with things, maybe on stage or in the studio, then continue watching my videos and I will share all my wisdom and knowledge with you. So I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.